Was there ever a time since 1991, the first record came out, right? Was there ever a time between then and now when you said, you know what, I do need to write a hit song. I do need to conform.
Yeah.
Was there ever that time, or
Yeah,
that pressure from the outside?
Yeah, both.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was early in my career.
Yeah.
And I realised very soon after that it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, the first thing, of course, is how do I make a career in the music industry?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go and sell double glazing. I don't want to go and sell real estate. I don't want to go and work in an office or a store. I want to make music, and I want to be paid for it. So the first thing you think as a musician is, how can I get to the point where I can just do what I love all day long?
Yeah.
The problem with that is that sometimes you get desperate. And there were times early on in my career where I was in a state of some desperation because I wasn't making enough money from doing the music that I wanted to make. So the first thing I did was I started to do music for commercials and TV, which is in itself a compromise, but only a small one because it's largely invisible.
Yeah, right. You're kind of way behind the scenes.
You're making music to sell products, but it's not like you're releasing it under your own name. You're fairly anonymous.
Right.
The second sort of pitfall was when record companies say to you, as they did, as they still do, you know what would be great is if we had a song on this album we could get on the radio, you know, and then you start to think, yeah, well, maybe I could just, you know, if I cut this bit out and I didn't do this and I just made it a bit more simple and this and that. Yeah, and I did that. And it made me feel sick, physically sick to do it. And what was worse is when those kind of gestures of commercial compromise still failed,
mm-hmm.
you felt 10 times worse. I'm happy to make something that I believe in and for it to fail. Well, I'm not happy, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if I create something in with, you know, with purity of intention and it fails, okay, that's one thing.
Right.
To create something that you don't believe in and then still see it fail makes you feel 10 times worse.
I just interviewed Richard Page from Mr. Mister from way back in the day, and I can't remember if it was Broken Wings or Kyrie, but anyway, radio will not play anything that's over 4 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever,
right.
Whatever the number was at the time. And I just found it beautiful because he said, you know, we tried to get a mix down that we just couldn't get happy with. You know what we did? We put it was a 5 minute and 20-second song. Right. They just put 429 on the single that they serviced and it became a huge hit. So, right. You know, it really doesn't matter. But I was thinking,